Today I'm going to tell the story of when I bought marijuana as a teenager. I've officially run out of content, so now I'm going to be incriminating myself and I'm going to farm subscribers off it. Okay, so we're against Royal Giant in this first game. You can see this guy's a very passive player, so we're going to take an absolute truckload of damage from this Royal Giant. Please, cannon. Okay, the cannon didn't get another hit, and so I'm going to spam a hog. Anyway, it was a dark, gloomy Friday night. Now, you know, this is a R18 channel, okay? If you're a little pipsqueak, get the fuck out, okay? Get the fuck out of here, okay? Now, this was a degenerate time period for me. And I was sitting there with my friend, and we were going to get freaky by buying some. So he knew somebody whose house we had to go to. Now, this person lived in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, a bit of a shady part of town. And so I remember, fuck me in the ass. Can I just get a break? Mash shine? Fucking mash shine my cock. Smash like. And so he ended up driving. Please, Royal Giant, for the love of fuck. Thank God. Okay, now I'm going to make a slick little play here. So put a little hold, put a pin in the story. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, drop the base. Drop a subscription right now. Anyway, so we drove to this guy's place where we were going to buy the marijuana, right? The Zaza, that Mary Jane, that sweet, that good shit, right? Don't encourage it, by the way. Don't do it. It's bad. Drugs bad. Listen to your elders, right? Just don't do drugs. Unless your elders are saying do drugs, then listen to me instead. Always listen to me. You know what? That's a way better idea. Just listen to Ken. Anyway, I'm going to hold the story just for a second here because I'm worried little bro is going to spam me again because I know what he's like. All right, we're going to go with this. And then you know what? We're going to go for a hog. To tank, act as a tank for the musketeer because I don't really want to waste my Evo Skeletons knowing how trigger happy he is with the Royal Giant. And let's go for a fireball and let's see if we can get the skeleton army yet again. Okay, we don't. I mean, that's a win-win because we killed a witch. Hold on. I didn't realize this was going to be an insane fucking, like, war of a game for this first battle. So let's go with a wasted Evo Skeletons that do absolutely fuck all. That's an imperative part of my gameplay, of course. And let's see if we can take minimal damage. Oh, no, we didn't time the log right. Oh, and it gets another hit. Fuck. All right, let's go for a Hog Rider. He's definitely going to go for a skeleton army knowing that I don't have log. And by definitely, I mean not at all. I think I've traumatized him with that prediction. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Now, hold on. I'm going to go with this because it's going to, yep, perfect timing. And that's going to get a bit of value. Let's go for a fireball here. And then let's go for an ice spirit. And we should be bing chilling, getting a lot of value there. And I'm aware I haven't progressed the story very much because Mash Shine is just insisting on putting a fucking cork in my ass. So I'm going to go for this, and I'm basically going to force him to play Skeleton Army here. And we catch him with his pants down yet again, and we still don't get a fucking hit. Oh, a little bit of a Sloth Valkyrie there, my friend. Yep. Anyway, I'm going to go for a cannon here, and I'm just going to, like, tie a bow on this game, because if I lose, I'm going to do horrendous things to myself off camera, and on camera, probably, so you're in for a treat. Let's go for a fireball here, and let's get ready for a Royal Giant push, because we all know it's coming, and fuck it. Let's go for a hog right now, because forces out a, response, and that is going to be GG. So anyway, me and my friend were basically driving to this guy's house to get the Zaza, right? And it was a bit of a scary thing that happened because we had to go to a bad part of town. Now, if you know something about these DDs, these drug dealers, is they don't take card, okay? They don't. It's not like a fucking shop where you scan your card. No, it's under the table cash shit, right? Now, this meant that we had to go to an ATM machine, all right? Now, we realized this a little too late. So we didn't have any cash on us. So we had to go to an ATM machine, whatever the fuck it's called. Now, Jesus fuck, man. Give me a break. All right, we're going to go for a musketeer as well. And we went to the ATM machine in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. So we literally pulled into some random car park and we tried to get cash out, right? And like I say, this was a shady part of town. Not sure if I've said that enough times yet. And so when we tried to get cash out, we pulled the car over. There was nobody else in the car park. And my mate gets out the car and gets the cash. And then we get back in the car. Now, some context before I tell you what happens next. When you buy Zaza, my friend, he was a fiend for it, okay? I kind of just tagged along to his little adventures, okay? I was not a Zaza-aholic. As much as you may think I'm a chronic drug abuser, that's not me. All I do is play Clash, all right? I'm more PG than I've ever been. And so, basically, what happened was he usually brings a grinder. Please tell me he doesn't have graveyard. He usually brings something called a grinder, which is basically something you put it in. Okay, Evo Skeletons didn't do anything. Fuck. It's basically you put the Zaza in it and you grind it all up. You know what I mean? You grind it all up. And so these little grinders have like residues of Zaza. It's what you do with the Zaza, right? Now, Kenny Wenny realized that this one time my slime forgot the grinder. So this one time we were like, fuck, we don't have the grinder. We left it at home. Now I can proceed where we are in the story. So, Bomber's going to retarget. Okay, but Prince is new charge. Wait, I should go for the Ice Spirit anyway. It makes no sense not to. So anyway, he forgot the grinder, basically. And I was like, okay, that's kind of annoying, but not the end of the world. Anyway, I'm going to go for a kite here. And then I'm going to go for a cannon. Make sure the giant doesn't go for it, because we love to give our opponents free damage. And we're sitting in the car park, just about to leave. And then all of a sudden, just as my mate gets back to the car, guess who pulls in? The police. The police just happen to be roaming about for no reason at all in this car park. They pull in because we look suspicious, basically. Hold that thought. I'm just going to have to defend this because I will do some bad things to myself if I lose this game. So let's go for this. He's going to go for a zap. I know it. Yep, that's close enough. And then let's go for Evo Skeletons here. And we should be able to get a hit and win the game. Pog Champ. Let's go for a fireball, baby. And that's going to be a good game. It's in with the BM. And so, as we're sitting there in the car, I'm like, oh fuck, we are on our way to buying illicit material and police pull over into car park that we are in. Now, as a silly, scared little teenager, I'm quaking in my boots. I'm like, oh no, I don't really know what's in my friend's car. And so, the police pull up, they come right up to us and they say, how you going, mate? And we're like, officer, how you going? And that's pretty much how we all speak in Australia, for the record. And he's like, you boys up to much tonight? And we were like, no, officer, of course not. We're just playing Clash and doing a bunch of family-friendly things as usual. And they're saying, why don't you two step out the fucking car? And obviously we're not going to say no to the police because there's that whole jail thing where they lock you behind bars, and I've heard it's not a very fun place. So we comply with the officers, the pigs. We get out the car and they do a little search. Meanwhile, I'm risen up the police officer. I'm like, maybe if I make good chats with them, they'll let me go if they find something in the car. So I'm like, how is your night going, lads? Having a good one? Caught any criminals? And he's going to fucking earthquake, isn't he, the runt? All right, let's go for this and see if the cannon can get a little bit of damage. Fuck me in the ass. All right, we're going to go for another hog. I hope he thinks that the skeletons will connect. That's beautiful. Any little bit of elixir is fucking music to my eyes. That's not the saying. And so anyway, we're against Hog Earthquake. This is a really fun matchup. Enjoying this a lot. But so I'm chatting up the police officer, trying to win them over. So if they do find anything, maybe it's a little bit, relaxed. But I remember, oh shit, this is the one time my friend didn't bring the grinder, which would have immediately incriminated us. And I was thinking, like, oh shit, like, I don't want to go to fucking prison, man. Obviously, I'm not going to go to prison, but these are the thoughts I'm having. I'm like, basically, I'm more scared, like, I don't want, like, my parents to find out, like, it's just not a good look, you know what I mean? It's just not a good look getting, I don't know, in trouble for drug possession and shit like that. But we don't have any on us. Now, the only thing I'm thinking is about the grinder and whatever else is in the fucking car. And so they search it, and they eventually come out with something. He pulls out like a little sachet thing like this. Now, I don't know what the fuck my friend, what it is. I don't know if my friend was doing some other drug. He did like to dabble, I'm not going to lie. And I'm like, what the fuck when I see that? Because I didn't even know it was in the car. Okay, you know what? We're going to go like this and activate King, I hope. Firecracker shoots every other time, but as soon as you want it to shoot, it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Fuckwit. All right, let's go with this, and let's see if he's going to go for a building. He will. And Musketeer's going to lock on, which is pretty sexy. And Hog gets a hit. Let's fucking go. Now, the good thing is about having Earthquake is that it is not a fire. It's not like a fireball, so the Musketeer gets a lot of value. So let's go for another Hog. Now we're building a Musketeer army. And let's go for a log to try and take that whole thing down quickly. Very cool. And we have Evo Skeletons in hand. Musketeer's pumping in the other lane. And he's probably going to go for a Hog. So you know what? Let's go for a prediction Evo Skeletons right now. And that was kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. I'm the GOAT. And fuck, I'm shit. He's going to probably go... Okay, so he loves that cannon placement. He's fucking chubbed up for that cannon placement. So we're going to outcycle him here. Now he's probably... You know what? We're going to make a slick play here. No, we're not. What the fuck is that? All right, let's go for a hog with the ice golem right now. And little bro's getting way too crazy. He thinks he gets away with that because of his Evo cannon. Not going to work, Squeaker. We're going to hit the skellies with the log, and that's going to be GG. Get the fuck out of my lobby. Scram! So where were we even in the story? So fucking... They come out with a little section and like, we're going to talk about this, boys? We're going to talk about this? And I'm like, mama. And then I just like say nothing. He says nothing. And I'm pretty sure he had, but I don't know. I don't know what it was. And eventually they're like, boys, we're going to need to see some ID, some identification. And I'm like, oh, fuck. No. What if Mummy and Daddy find out that Kenny Wenny's been put on the record by the police? I don't know what the fuck. Even to this day, I actually don't know why. I don't know if I'm on some kind of watch list for, like, potentially committing a crime. But they don't do anything. They say, all right, boys, we're going to let you off this one fucking time, but better not catch you up to no good. And we're like, yes, officer, never going to happen. I mean, we're like, yes, officer, it'll never happen again. Like... we haven't really committed any crime, but we just won't do anything ever again. We'll just be a good law-abiding citizen. Yep. And so I remember when we got in the car, on our way to buy shit, by the way, I was shook. I feel like God just shined a light down on me and said, here, redeem yourself. Now I had two options. One, I could become Walter White and start cooking meth. And two, I could start playing Clash Royale. And I took the route more traveled. All right, we're going to go for a slick hog pullback right now. And he's already used his mini P.E.K.K.A, which is extra sexy. So we're going to get a fuckload of... That one's not even about the damage. That's more just about, like, I just fucked him. I just fucked him in the ass. And he hated every second of it. And I loved it. So I remember, like, in the car, I was like, oh my God, like, we were on our way to buying it. And it was the one time we didn't bring the grinder. It was the one time. And I just couldn't believe it. It was like one of those moments where you're like, thank fucking God we got away with that. I have done cleaner defenses in my life. I will admit that. Let's go for skeletons here and just take the Valkyrie because we deserve to take some damage. I mean, that was fucking atrocious defense if I've ever seen some. And now we're going to have to kind of claw our way back. So let's fireball that. And yeah, that was the story. That was the fucking story. Kenny Wenny is a bad, naughty teenager who got up to no good. But I'll have you know, I was a good boy. I was turned bad, okay? Bad influence, right? I'm a good guy. I'm the best, right? And I was tricked. Against my will, I was forced to do a bunch of, just drugs and, well, not really. I actually only did Zaza. But my God, just shows you the peer pressure exists. I remember in school when they told me about peer pressure, I'm like, yeah, right. Like, I'm just going to be like, guys, like, if I'm with my friends and they're like, all right, we're all going to do the drug right now. I'm not going to be like, oh, go on then, I have to. If everyone's doing it, I'm going to be like, no, it's a drug and I don't want to do it. And then then it happens. Then it actually happens for real, and you realize, fuck, I'm just a sheep. I'm just a sheep. I have no control of what I actually want to do, and that's when I realized peer pressure is actually very real. And write that one down, kids. Don't be like Kenny. Play Clash before drug. I make it sound like I'm in rehab or something. Okay, I'm not some kind of fucking. Look, I'm a pretty normal guy. I feel like a lot of people get up to bad things sometimes in their early learning years. But then you develop into the nice, grown-ass man you see before you today. And you start winning a lot of games with 2.6 hog. And you start talking about it to farm subscribers online.